innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
It's Honda's certified Dream Deal sales event. Up to an additional 2 years, 50,000 miles comprehensive warranty, plus certified Hondas come with 7-year, 100,000-mile powertrain coverage, free oil changes your first year, and 24/7 roadside assistance. See Denny Menholt Rushmore Honda for all the certified details.
How do we solve our patients' hard-to-solve medical problems? Our doctors and specialists collaborate, sharing their vast knowledge and Mayo Clinic's unique expertise. It's this working together that helps solve our patients' hard-to-solve medical problems. Monument Health, proud member of the Mayo Clinic Care Network.
It's Truck Month at Denny Menholt Rapid Chevrolet. Shop a great selection of new Chevy trucks and SUVs. Over 30 new Silverados in stock and on the way. And you can reserve yours today. Plus over 400 used. Brands like GMC, Ford, Ram, Honda, Toyota, Subaru, and more. Plus the best selection of used Chevys. Fresh trades available every day. If you're looking for the right used truck or SUV at the right price, it's right here during Truck Month at Denny Menholt Rapid Chevrolet or DennyMenholtRapidChevrolet.com.
Everyone says they want to change the world.
But not everyone will.
We are not everyone.
The best new cars make the best used cars. It stands to reason that the better a product is made, the longer it will last, which makes getting a high-quality, low-mileage Toyota at a great price a very savvy move. You can drive a barely used certified pre-owned vehicle today. 1.99% APR financing available on all Camry, Corolla, Prius, and RAV4. The right cars, the right price, the right experience. See you soon at Denny Menholt Toyota Rapid City and DennyMenholtToyota.com.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
Shop a great selection of new Chevy trucks and SUVs. Over 30 new Silverados in stock and on the way. And you can reserve yours today. Plus over 400 used. Brands like GMC, Ford, Ram, Honda, Toyota, Subaru, and more. Plus the best selection of used Chevys. Fresh trades available every day. If you're looking for the right used truck or SUV at the right price, it's right here during Truck Month at Denny Menholt Rapid Chevrolet.
Join the team and take on your legacy. Since 1862, the South Dakota Army National Guard has been ready to defend our freedom and our way of life. When our nation calls, we are there to help our friends, neighbors, and communities in the event of forest fires, floods, tornadoes, and severe winter storms right here in South Dakota. Now we want you to write the next chapter in our rich history of the South Dakota Army National Guard. Visit their Facebook and Instagram pages or nationalguard.com/SD.
Dave always wore the same gray shirt to work every day. Monday through Friday, gray, gray, gray. Then one day, Dave decided to switch things up and wear that Hawaiian shirt his mother gave him. And that's when Wendy in accounting took notice. You can make a difference when you switch things up too. Switch and save an average of $536 by calling your local State Farm agent today.
To switch and save on your auto insurance, call State Farm agent Matt McCormick in Rapid City.
Average annual per household savings based on a 2019 national survey by State Farm of new policyholders who reported savings by switching to State Farm.
Hi, this is Nate Brown reminding you to join the Nate Brown Show live weekdays from 4 to 6 p.m. It's Rapid City's sports talk show and Rapid City's only call-in radio show. With big-name guests from across the country to the local sports coverage you just can't get anywhere else. Join the conversation every weekday for thought-provoking sports talk. This is your show. Don't miss the Nate Brown Show from 4 to 6 p.m. on 106.7 FM and 1150 a.m. And stream us all the time at foxsportsrapidcity.com. Hi,
The best new cars make the best used cars. It stands to reason that the better a product is made, the longer it will last, which makes getting a high-quality, low-mileage Toyota at a great price a very savvy move. You can drive a barely used certified pre-owned vehicle today. 1.99% APR financing available on all Camry, Corolla, Prius, and RAV4. The right cars, the right price, the right experience. See you soon at Denny Menholt Toyota Rapid City and DennyMenholtToyota.com.
My kid wrecked his car, his third car. The kid needs a car. We need the kid to have a car. What did I do? I begged my insurance agent for mercy. That's another story. Then I went to Copper Motors in Rapid City and found a safe, reliable car.
Copper & Motors is a small, trusted dealership specializing in safe, quality pre-owned vehicles. No pressure, no hassle. Each vehicle is inspected, serviced, and detailed with a warranty like no other. Copper & Motors, corner of Campbell and Omaha.
When you're the bank, that comes with a lot of responsibility. Security First Bank is the bank that knows your name, solves your problems, and stays flexible to make personal or business banking a whole lot easier. Because when you're the bank, you're built on people, relationships, trust, and straight talk. Security First Bank. We're the bank, but more importantly, we're your bank. Member FDIC.
Warren Chemical is ready for winter. Are you? They stock quality ice melt products for sidewalks, driveways, and parking areas that will melt ice down to minus 15 degrees. Warren Chemical Ice Melt is less toxic than baking soda, is the least damaging to concrete surrounding grass and other plants, and can be applied before or after the snow falls. Available in 50-pound bags and less expensive than the discount store 20-pound buckets. Call 342-7644. Ward Chemical, a proud sponsor of all Rapid City and surrounding area schools.
Tired of showering? Well, have we got a solution for you?
We interrupt this commercial with good news from your good neighbor. State Farm has new lower car insurance rates, which means you can save more cash and get the service and convenience of a local State Farm agent. That's right, State Farm now has new lower auto rates with their same good neighbor service. It's the real deal for car insurance, folks. And now this.
For lower auto rates in Rapid City, call State Farm agent Scott Carlson.
It's Honda's Certified Dream Deal sales event. Up to an additional 2 years, 50,000 miles comprehensive warranty, plus certified Hondas come with 7-year, 100,000-mile powertrain coverage, free oil changes your first year, and 24/7 roadside assistance. Plus at Denny Manholtz Rushmore Honda, we buy cars. Vehicles are in high demand, and due to limited inventory, your vehicle has never been worth more. Stop by Denny Manholtz Rushmore Honda and either sell or trade today. Located off I-90 on East Small Drive in Rapid City.
At Monument Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, we are here to help you make your comeback. Our team is standing by to diagnose and treat your injury with some of the most advanced treatment options available and same-day appointments. Monument Health practitioners work closely with our therapists and physicians in communities throughout the Black Hills, with locations in Rapid City and Spearfish. Visit monument.health/orthopedics for more information. That's monument.health/orthopedics for more information.
We hope you are all enjoying the student productions of your school. Tonight's event and every event produced by your school during the school year are created, filmed, and produced by the students you love to follow and support. Become a booster of your school's live event coverage by becoming a sponsor. It's a great way to show your support of the athletes and students in your community. As a sponsor, you'll get great visibility for your business, organization, or family by supporting the live productions of your school.
Limestone canyons, flowing waterfalls, and pristine beauty make Spearfish a sanctuary for those seeking the ultimate escape. Outdoor enthusiasts will find top-notch sport climbing, mountain biking, and UTV OHV trails. Guests are steps away from peaceful hiking trails and tranquil streams. Relax and rehash your day's adventure at one of our award-winning local breweries. Finding rest is an important part of any adventure. Lodging in Spearfish comes with a variety of choices, from cabins, B&Bs, and campgrounds to the comforts of your popular brand-name hotels. To find your unique adventure in Spearfish, go to visitspearfish.com now.
Lasting family memories with a new or pre-owned RV from Dakota Discount RV. Take a look at their great selection of RVs at 2 locations. That's Dakota Discount RV across from Cabela's and also on JB Road in Blackhawk. Dean, Rapid City Stevens would love to get a win, break that 2-game losing streak. What do they need to do tonight?
Well, the key is actually for both teams is going to be the matchup of the defense of the Raiders versus the offense of the Warriors. The Warriors have a potent, I've talked about it already, a potent front line, a great running game, and a guy that can throw the game and sling it downfield when he has to, and Max Thompson. So if the Washington Warriors get that going, get the flow with their up-front guys, their running game, they got some good weapons at receiver. If they get that offense rolling, then I think that's going to be their key to victory. For the Raiders, absolutely on the other side of it, I think if their defense can show up like we've anticipated through the first couple of games, seen through the first couple of games, and then just anticipated through the rest of the season, if that defense can show up and play hard and make life tough for Washington Warriors, I think the Raiders can get the win.
And again, that's our keys to the game, being brought to you by Dakota Discount RV across from Cabela's and also on JB Road in Blackhawk. We are just about 3 minutes away from the kickoff here tonight at O'Hara Stadium. Let's take a quick look at the starting lineups. Today's starting lineups are built by Connect Home Center. Connect Home Center, your hometown lumber yard since 1928. First for the Raiders on offense, it looks like this. Number 6 is the quarterback, Jed Jensen, a 6', 170-pound junior. The running back is number 26, Uriah Glenn. He is a 5'8", 185-pound senior. At wide receivers, they go with 4 of them. Number 5, Caden Nelson, 6'4", 200 pounds and a senior. Number 14, Alex Trokamoinen. He's 6'2", 175 and a senior. Number 1, Easton Ogle. He's been that go-to receiver for Jed Jensen in recent weeks. Easton is 5'10", 175 pounds, and a junior. And then the other wide receiver, number 7, Julian Scott. He is 5'11", 165 pounds, and a junior. The offensive line for the Raiders looks like this. The left tackle is number 73, Ben Goldie, 6'8", 295 pounds, and a senior. The left guard, number 51, Hayden Bentz, a 5'10", 215-pound senior. The center is number 69, Thomas Mardian, 6'4", 235 pounds, and a sophomore. The right guard, number 74, Tanner Oaten, 6 foot, 210 pounds, and a junior. And then the right tackle, number 63, Colton Lowen. He's 6'6", 250 pounds, and a senior. Head coach for the Raiders is Michael Scott in his second season, leading the Rapid City Stevens Raiders. For the Sioux Falls Washington Warriors, their starting lineup looks like this. Number 17, Max Thompson is your quarterback, 6'3", 215-pound senior. The running back, number 5, Blessing Tanaya, 5'8", 160 pounds, and a senior. Also, the fullback, number 14, Gabe Cantor, 5'10", 155-pound sophomore. Your wide receivers, number 2, Josh Piper, a 6'1", 175-pound senior. 38 receptions on the season for 285 yards. Number 88 is Tommy Peterson at a wide receiver. He's 6'4", 180 pounds, and a senior. The tight end, number 12, Noah Robertson. He is 6'4", 205 pounds, and a senior. And then the offensive line for the Washington Warriors, like Dean alluded to, this is a huge offensive line. You have number 72, Peyton Gravitt, a 6'3", the left guard, Peyton Gravitt, 6'3", 255-pound senior. The left tackle is number 77, Kale Maidema.
I think it's Medema.
6'9", 310-pound junior.
That guy is a monster. You'll see him out on the field, just absolutely dominating guy.
The center is number 74, Aiden Brink, 6'5", 270 pounds, and a senior. The smallest guy on the offensive line is number 50, the right guard, Hoyle Bauman. He's 5'11", 240-pound senior. And then the right tackle, number 66, Alex Hafner, a 6'4", 315-pound senior. Again, head coach for the Warriors is Ryan Evans, and that's today's starting lineups built by Connect Home Center. Connect Home Center, your hometown lumberyard since 1928.
Yeah, the line, that's the first thing you notice. When I watched that game last week, I'm like, oh my gosh, these guys are monsters. And the Warriors were able to kind of run almost wherever they wanted to when they needed to. It's when they got in trouble causing turnovers and had to throw the ball, that's when they kind of got in trouble. Now, Max Thompson, he's good short, but long is a little suspect. And the big long, the squib kick by the Raiders right now gets picked up by one of the up guys. That's number 44. He heads down the sideline over the 35 down to about the 37-yard line. Is number 44. Oops, missed it here. Wrong guy. Number 44, Patrick Osborne, who has the only interception return for touchdown for the Washington Warriors this year. So doing his job on special teams. And like we talked about, the Washington Warrior offense, the offensive line, all that talent they have, we'll see those guys first.
And the law on the field presented by the South Dakota Attorney General's Division of Consumer Protection, here to inform and assist, and we will get to those folks in just a moment as these guys get set to go. It's the Washington Warriors, 1st and 10 from their own 39-yard line. There's the handoff to Tanaya. He's going to get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the 39-yard line. Again, like we said, the law on the field presented by the South Dakota Attorney General's Division of Consumer Protection. Here to inform and assist today's officials enforcing the law on the field are Brad Tucker, your referee, Steve Hilton, the umpire, Mike Deming is your line judge, Pat McKenna, the head linesman, and Tanner Tucker is your back judge. Now trips left, no receivers to the right. There's the handoff to number 5. And And that is Blessing Tenaya.
That's still Blessing Tenaya again. Good job. He tried to find a hole. It looked like there was one for a second. He kind of danced for a little bit and then didn't get upfield. It's one of my favorite things are running backs that dance. I always, you get your hole and get through it, And Blessing has lots of talent. He does have that ability to get through it. But when you're waiting for something to open up and happen, it usually goes the other way. There's lots of line stenosis down there.
Again, trips right. They're looking at 3rd and 8. Has a man in motion. Takes the snap from the gun. Thompson backs up. Under pressure, gets rid of the football. It's caught by the receiver. He's at midfield. Now the 45-40 down the left sideline. He's at the 30, the 20, 15, 10, 5, and touchdown for number 14, Gabe Cantor.
I'll tell you, it was a great throw, and I said earlier that him throwing downfield beyond 10, 15 yards is a little bit suspect. But instead, they got the guy cutting across. Gabe is just the H-back. He just did a drag right across the middle. Luke Jageris had him, but as soon as he made the catch, Jageris went for his legs, didn't get it, and there was nothing but real estate in front of him. Great blocking downfield by Washington. And third play of the game by the Warriors, and they get in for the touchdown and strike first.
And the extra point attempt is good. So with 10:20 to go here in the first quarter on the State Farm scoreboard, insured by agents Scott Carlson and Matt McCormick, it's Sioux Falls, Washington 7, Rapid City Stevens nothing. We'll take a quick 30-second timeout right here on Fox Sports Rapid City and foxsportsrapidcity.com.
Canyons flowing water.
Star Spangled Batter on Jackson Boulevard in Rapid City, South Dakota. Famous for their delicious cakes, cupcakes, and other tasty baked goods. But did you know they're the only bakery in town to offer free consultations? Not to mention free samples when planning your big or small wedding. They also take special orders for that special party for that special someone. Check out their daily specials on Facebook or call ahead to grab some goodies for the office on your way to work. Star Spangled Batter is a proud sponsor of Rapid City sports and activities on liveticket.tv.
And welcome back to the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail broadcast booth. Jerome Wickersham and Team Burr with you on this Friday night. There's a short kick. It'll be taken by Doney. He's going to bring it out past the 30-yard line, out to about the 37-yard line. So a decent return there. So now Rapid City Stevens, Dean, looking to answer after that touchdown by Sioux Falls, Washington, as they scored on just 3 plays.
Yeah, and that was our keys to the game, right? How Washington's team would show up offensively and see if the Raiders could match that skill set that the Warriors bring. And, of course, quickly, they stop the run well, and then all of a sudden, you get that crossing route, he gets a wide open space, and there's just no one anywhere. And the Washington Warriors able to capitalize.
The Raiders going from right to left, 1st and 10 on their own 37-yard line. They hand the ball off to Glenn. Glenn gets to the outside. He's finally forced out of bounds at about the 45-yard line. We'll see where they spot the football. It looks like right at the 45. That's going to be a gain of, looks like 8 yards. Yeah. So we're looking at 2nd and 2 coming up now for the Raiders.
Yeah, if the Raiders can effectively have a running game, it's going to open up so many opportunities for Jensen and that quarterback and offensive spots.
1 receiver lined up to the left, 2 to the right. Now they put Nelson in motion. Here's Uriah Glenn in the backfield. There's the shotgun. They hand it off to Glenn. Glenn again is going to be wrapped up as he's ankle tackled after a gain of maybe 1 to the 46-yard line. We're looking at 3rd and short coming up now for the Raiders on their own 46.
Yeah, a critical play. I mean, obviously, you're only 9:50 into the game here, but you've got a 3rd down opportunity. Like you said, the Raiders want to answer right away. Mm-hmm. Even if they don't score, they want an effective drive right away. They don't want to get behind, obviously, but they want an effective drive. So they empty the backfield and look for an opportunity here.
Spread offense from the gun, screen pass to the right side, and it is incomplete.
I think it was a fumble.
Looks like Mike Dimming on that far side's just waving it incomplete.
Did he? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, because it looked like on the throw, it might have been backwards, and Uriah Glenn just didn't get his hands on it. So first two plays I thought were decent, and then just a poorly executed third down play. And, it's amazing. Football is just such a game of momentum from one place to another to get to seize it from another team and get it back into your direction. And I think right now the Raiders just don't have it.
3 and out for Rapid City Stevens. They will be punting inside their own 35-yard line. There's the punt, and it almost blocked, or it might have been hit. It's going to roll out of bounds. At first, my reaction up here in the booth is I thought it was blocked.
Yeah, and then it went up in the air, and you saw it was spinning sideways. So it was either a really bad punt that came off the side of a foot because it was spinning to the left, or they got a piece of it.
So it will be Sioux Falls, Washington football. They will have it 1st and 10 from their own 30, going from left to right.
That's not good. Elijah Tanaya is really, I don't know what, he's kind of limping around there. I don't know if he got hit or he's trying to stretch his leg out or what he's trying to do. And he's kind of a crucial backfield mate for his brother Blessing.
Here's Max Thompson now to lead the Warriors onto the field. And we're going to get offsides, it looks like, by Rapid City Stevens. This left side of the line jumped.
There's one of those mistakes we talked about. That's an easy solve. The false starts, the jumping offsides, those are just the frustrating penalties that disciplined teams just rarely ever do.
So that's going to be a 5-yard penalty. The nose of the football just shy of the 35-yard line. That'll make it 1st and 5 coming up now for Sioux Falls, Washington. Again, they're 3 and 4 on the year, while the Raiders are 2 and 5 on the season. Again, Thompson from the gun. Looks to his left, now back to his right. Throws the pass. It is complete, it looks like. It was caught by the receiver, number 14, Gabe Cantor. But that's going to be maybe a short gain of a half a yard or so.
Yeah, Corder Doney did a great job that time of reading it. He stayed back. They read the play. Then he came up and made the hit, right away, wrapping up and just keeping him from escaping.
Gabe just a sophomore, so definitely the future of this Warriors team. Now they go 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right with the ball on the right side hash marks. Thompson from the gun. Takes the snap, hands the ball off to Blessing. Blessing to the left side of the line. He's going to be wrapped up by that Raider defense. Maybe a gain of only a yard or 2.
I think the Raiders did a good job that time. It looked like they were coming in with a gap or right up the gut type of blitz on there. You saw that Washington kind of paused for a second. That's kind of the reason why they do that hand clap thing, to see if the Raiders will show their hand a little bit. And they made that run to the left side, thinking maybe that if they blitz the right spot, they can outbeat the blitz, but they didn't.
And that was number 4 out there. Looks like Elijah Tanaya with that carry again from the gun. There's the handoff to Tanaya right up the middle. He hurdles a defender and gets into Raider territory. A very athletic play there by the sophomore to give the Warriors a first down.
Obviously not hurt too bad or injured too bad.
Gain there into Raider territory. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 45-yard line. They hand it off to Elijah once again, Elijah Tanaya, and he's going to take it from the 45 down to the Raider 42 for a pickup of 3. That'll make it 2nd and 7 now for the Warriors.
Yeah, quick hurry-up opportunity now. Elijah comes in, Elijah comes out, Blessing comes back in. They're just going to rotate those guys all night long. Both very effective runners. And if they could just establish that running game, it will be trouble all night for the Raiders.
Thompson has a man in motion from left to right. He's going to hand it off, though, to Blessing Tanaya, and he's going to be thrown to the turf inside the 40, down to about the 39-yard line for a gain of 3. That'll bring up 3rd down now for Sioux Falls, Washington. They're facing a 3rd and 4.
Spencer Garrett, one of the linebackers in on that stop. He's kind of one of the guys helped filling the shoes for the missing Luke Cholis, who was just, they really, really need him out on the field.
Absolutely. He brings so much to this Raider defense.
With him and Jaguars just as a team, teammates of linebackers.
Again, Thompson from the gun throws the left side. It is incomplete. It appeared to be underthrown, I believe, because I don't think it was broken up by the Raiders, so that's going to make it incomplete, and now 4th and 4 coming up for Sioux Falls, Washington.
Yeah, just a little out route. I think he just threw it a little too much. That's honestly one of the most difficult passes in all of football is an out route. You want to get that timing just right, and if you get it too far, then it just doesn't work.
Corderdoni will call for a fair catch inside the 10-yard line. They will spot it at the 8. So the Raiders will have it deep in their own territory, but the Raider defense comes through, and now the offense gets another chance.
Yeah, it looked like after that hurdle by Elijah Tanaya that we're like, we're going to get a big drive by Washington, but the defense stiffens up for the Raiders. Now they really have to execute. I know our key to the game was how well the defense works, but the offense is spotty at times. At times they look really good. They're playmakers all over the place, and sometimes they just make mistakes. It makes you scratch your head. And that ball dropped back, and Jensen was hit in the end zone, knocked down the throw, not anywhere near, just falls harmlessly to the turf right around the 10-yard line. So, the pressure coming in by the Warriors, the Raiders looked like they had it. It looked like his pocket presence was there. He wanted to make the play, but the defensive secondary for Washington is pretty stout. So in order to get a receiver in the right spot at the right time, they're going to have to run really, really crisp routes tonight.
Rapid City Stevens facing 2nd and 10 from their own 8-yard line, going from right to left. Jensen from the shotgun takes the snap on trips left, fakes, and then finally throws to the right sideline. The receiver comes back and makes the catch at the 28-yard line.
Mike Deming says, no way, taps the ground with his hand emphatically and says he did not make it. It looked like, I saw what you saw. It looked like he read it really well, came back to the ball, an underthrown ball, and came back to it. It looked like he did a little basket catch. It was going to be good, but Mike Deming said no.
So an unfortunate break there for Rapid City Stevens. They would have been in business there 1st and 10 near the 30. Instead, they're looking at 3rd and 10 after that incomplete pass. They'll go trips left, one receiver to the right. Here's Jensen now, backs up. He's at the goal line, has the pass, and it's almost picked off, intended for Caden Nelson, but it was broken up by the Warriors as one of the defenders steps in and almost picks it off.
Yeah, he read that one like a book, came in and made the play. I'm trying to see who that is. That's number 18, Dontrell Smith. The junior defensive back there just did a great job, a great feed. It looked like he had more of an opportunity to make a play than the receiver did.
So here comes the punt by Rapid City Stevens, their 2nd of the night. They will be punting from their own end zone. There's the snap, there's the punt. It's just a high end-over-end punt. It's going to drop inside the 30, but it takes a nice Raider bounce, and it will at least go to the 42, so it adds about 12 more yards there. But again, not exactly what the Raiders wanted, again, with 6:06 to go, actually 5:53 to go on the State Farm scoreboard here in this first quarter, and Sioux Falls, Washington with that lead 7-0.
Yeah, it's hard to constantly depend on your defense. And we know the last few weeks the defense with Luke Cholis out has really had its troubles in holding down opponents. And so when you've got a defense that's struggling and then your offense is really not helping out at all, it usually makes for a long night.
Here's Max Thompson now from the gun. Has Tanaya lined up to his right. He takes the snap, looks to his right, throws down the right sideline, and it's incomplete. I'm not sure there were 2 receivers there. Number 88, Tommy Peterson, and Josh Piper, both in the vicinity, but it was actually the defender who had the best shot at it, Corderdoni.
Yeah, definitely. And you know what? Josh Piper has just been one of his favorite targets for the last couple of years as he comes up and just does such a great job. He's got 38 catches for 285 yards. That's the leading receiver for the Sioux Falls Washington Warriors. Now, that's not a huge amount, but it is definitely effective.
He spreads it around a lot, too. They're going to hand it off now to Blessing Tenaya, or is this Elijah? It's number 4, Elijah Tenaya, and he's going to get back just to the 40-yard line, so it's going to get a couple of a couple of yards on that carry to bring up 3rd and 8 now.
Yeah, he tried to just follow his blockers around to the kind of the outside zone run, and just you got zone blocking there, and he's just going to try to follow him, but the Raiders do a good job of stuffing it up.
Again, we're looking at 3rd and 8 for Sioux Falls, Washington on the Raider 40-yard line. We're down to 8 seconds on the play clock as they have to hurry to that line of scrimmage. Trips left, 1 receiver to the right, 2 seconds left on that play clock from the gun. Thompson is going to take it out of the pocket. He's going to get some positive yardage, but he's going to come up short of that first down as he gets inside the 35-yard line.
Yeah, just we said this at the pregame that really Thompson is really not your big-time runner. You saw it right away that he's just not that really super fast athletic runner. He's more of a ball control thrower, and he does a great job of it. He directs traffic from behind the line of scrimmage. He knows his playbook inside out that Coach Evans brings.
So now on 4th and 3, the Warriors will go for it. They'll go spread offense, 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. There's the pass to the right side. It's caught by the receiver. That's Piper. Piper breaks 1 tackle, dives forward, and gets down to the 26-yard line.
I kind of thought they were going to try to see if they could get them jump right away, but they had a play, and it honestly looked like the slot receiver on the left side got kind of a jump. There was no flag, but either way, Josh Piper comes up. We talked about already. He's their leading receiver in yardage, and just gets a nice little, nothing really major, just enough for first down. He even turned into a running back. He lowered his shoulder and tried to run people over.
Trips left now, 1 receiver to the right. Elijah Tenaya lined up to behind Thompson. They're going to hand it to him. He'll get to the outside there, or try to break it to the outside. Turns the corner, forced out of bounds inside the 20-yard line. And he's going to be close to a first down. It was 1st and 10 from the 26. We'll see where they spot the football.
Hayden Gebhardt did a good job of tracking him down. When you're running on the outside, you got to be able to seal that line. And it looked like there was kind of an opportunity there, but he got around the seal, and Gebhardt had to track him down from behind, which is not an easy thing to do.
Again, 2nd and short. They hand it off to, I believe that was Elijah.
And a great job. Just a swarm of blue right there. Coming right in. It looked like the line had a good push, but I think coming from the backside, kind of like when you get like a wave, when you get like the boat that goes down the water, and then the waves go around the boat and crash in from the backside. That's kind of what that looked like. That they didn't quite get the hole that they were looking for Blessing to run through, and the backside, the ends came around and crashed down to the inside and was able to just kind of overwhelm him.
That was a loss of 2, so we're looking at 3rd and 5. Here's Thompson from the gun, takes the snap, drops back, looks to his right. On an out route there, he'll throw, and the receiver makes the catch. That's number 14, the tight end. Or no, I'm sorry, that's Cantor, who makes the catch down to the 10-yard line.
And, Cantor is really, he's not much in the game as far as contributions. That's only his, he's rushed 1 time and caught 2 balls. So that's only his 4th time with his hands on the ball in a varsity game.
Well, he's made his mark felt tonight here. Now it's 1st and goal coming up right at the 10-yard line. Trips right, no receivers to the left. There's the handoff. Spinning out of a tackle is going to be Elijah Tenaya, but then he spins right into about 5 Raiders as they are going to push him backwards. But he did get progress up to about the 11 or 12-yard line.
Yeah, a nice job that time by the Raiders. He spun out of that 1 tackle, and the second tackler came up, just got the back of his jersey and held him up just enough to let the rest of the defense kind of clean him up.
So now we're looking at 2nd and goal from the 12-yard line after that 2-yard loss. They'll go trips left, no receivers to the right. Elijah Tanaya is lined up behind Max Thompson.
And they're just going to run straight man coverage, but there's a third guy over there that's not covered.
Screen pass to the left side. It's going to be caught by the receiver, and he's going to be wrapped up and tackled just shy of the 10-yard line. On that far sideline, it's going to be Cantor who made the catch out of that screen pass.
I thought there was going to be a mismatch there, and Tanner Lunders had to kind of end up cleaning it up for the Raiders, but there were only 2 defenders over there in a trips formation across from Washington, and they made the right call and made the right play, but Lunders did a great job of bottling them up.
We're now looking at 3rd and goal from the 11-yard line. Thompson from the gun, trips right, 1 receiver to the left. He's going to throw down the middle of the field, but it's incomplete. It was a hard thrown pass, and it just bounces right off the receiver. So incomplete. Now 4th down coming up.
And here comes Chris Peterson's going to kick or at least make a field goal attempt. So, considering what the Raiders offense put their defense type of situation they put him in, I think they did a fairly good job. Gave up a couple of first downs, but kept him at least out of the end zone and let the Warriors settle for a field goal attempt.
50 seconds left, 7-0. The Warriors leading the Raiders here in this first quarter. Chris Peterson is 5 of 6 from field goal range this year. There's the kick, and this one is no good.
Yeah, he hooked it just left. Of course, it was just inside the left hash mark, and he got a little bit of a hook into it and sent it through and off to the left.
So a missed field goal again. He only has attempted, that was only his 7th attempt. So he's made 5 out of 7 this year. And most of his attempts have come between 20 and 29 yards.
Right, and his, obviously point afters and what have you. So what a break for the Raiders. Able to come up with a big stop. The missed field goal, and now here's a chance. They've had 2 3-and-outs have the Raiders and have almost yet to complete a pass.
Here's Jensen now, trips left, 1 receiver to the right. He's looking to his right. Now he hands the ball off to Glenn, but Glenn's going to be wrapped up.
Yeah, it was just a delay draw play there, looking like there was an opportunity. It looked like the blocks were there. The holes were collapsing around the outside, that he might have a little alley to run up the middle, but instead one of the sides kind of collapsed. It got a hand on Uriah Glenn, and he did not go anywhere. In fact, lost 5 yards.
We're looking at 2nd and, they're saying 2nd and 14.
14. Yeah, close.
Close. From the 16-yard line. Again, this will be the last play of this first quarter. Jensen takes the snap from the gun, looks to his right. Now he's going to throw down the left sideline. It is up, and it's intercepted by Sioux Falls, Washington.
Yeah, just a great kind of settle into the defensive pattern. It was a cover, looked like a cover 2 zone. The safety got over there easily and was well under the route. The ball was way underthrown. I don't know if Jensen's arm's quite where it needs to be, well underthrown, and a big turnover and another bad possession by the Raiders.
Definitely there. So at the end of the first quarter on the State Farm scoreboard, insured by Agent Scott Carlson and Matt McCormick, it's Sioux Falls, Washington 7, Rapid City Stevens nothing. We're back in 30 seconds right here on 106.7 FM, 1150 AM. Fox Sports Rapid City and foxsportsrapidcity.com.
A lot of A lot has changed since 1962, but one thing hasn't: the hometown service you expect from Dale's Tire and Retreading. Dale's Tire has been providing quality brands and service to the Black Hills area for over 50 years, and we couldn't have done it without you. That's why we are pleased to service your vehicle, saving you time and getting your vehicle back on the road. Because at Dale's Tire, we don't just sell tires, we build lifetime relationships. Dale's Tire, Campbell Street and Deadwood Avenue, Rapid City. A lot of...
This is what matters.
And we're back here at the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail Broadcast booth, sales, service, and side-by-sides. I'm Jerome Wickersham. Next to me is Dean Gurr. as we get you set for the second quarter here, and Sioux Falls, Washington leading 7-0. They fake the handoff, rolling out to the right and throwing down the right sideline. It's up for grabs. And is it hauled in? We'll see. Is it caught by the receiver? It looks like it is.
Yeah, that looked like a simultaneous catch. Risky and rewarding all at the same time. And the receiver is able to come down with the grab.
I believe Josh Piper.
Is that number 2, Josh Piper? Hauls it in, and a simultaneous catch goes to the offense. The defense was there, very close, but a great play. And we saw Thompson roll out. Like we said, he's not a big-time scrambler. He's not going to run around all over the field. He just rolls out, settles in, and finds a spot and throws.
So now 1st and goal coming up for Washington. They hand the ball off to, is that Blessing Tenaya?
And he was short.
And he's going to come up right short, like Dean said, right inside the 1-yard line.
I thought he might get it, but then he kind of spun around and hit the ground.
So now 2nd and goal and a chance for the Warriors. They're looking to go up by 2 scores. Already a 59-yard reception by Gabe Cantor. Here come the Warriors of Sioux Falls, Washington, up to the line of scrimmage as they look to add to their lead. Thompson will go from the gun. Takes the snap, hands it off to Blessing Tenaya. He dives forward, but the Raiders are able to hold him or keep him out of the end zone, and he's going to lose a yard.
Yeah, the Raiders just stacked a lot of players in that box. They got man coverage on the outside, which gives you lots of opportunity right in the middle. You have the numbers. As long as you get the defensive line to kind of dive in and cut down those running lanes and cut down the line, they can't skip through it. They have to jump over it. Well, he went to jump over, and the linebackers read that and met him.
So Blessing Tenaya leaves. Elijah, his younger brother, comes in now. He's lined up behind Thompson. Thompson goes from the shotgun. As a man in motion, there's the handoff to Elijah. Tries to get to the outside, and he is in for the score.
Boy, speed is just amazing what you can do if you got the opportunity. He was there and just bounced it to the outside. You know, I'm sure that's the play. You know, up the middle, just kind of an off-tackle type of play. That's it. And then if they are blocked, if they are close that hole, just bounce it to the outside, and that's what you tell the receivers. And a crazy formation by the Washington Warriors. They had this actually on film last week against Roosevelt, but they do a center and a quarterback in the middle, and then they have their linemen, groups of like 3 or 4 on each side, spread way out, huge pockets, and they just snap it and throw it right to the guy in one pocket. He just follows, and you gotta match the numbers, and ran right in for the score.
So the 2-point conversion is good on the State Farm scoreboard with 10:02 remaining here in the second quarter. Again, it's Sioux Falls, Washington 15 and Rapid City Stevens nothing. Still looking for that Raider offense to get things going here this evening.
Yeah, and we talked about the keys to the game is the Raider defense. And right now, they're doing, aside from that one big play, they're doing actually a really decent job in I guess 2 big plays. But either way, they're doing a really decent job. But when you're handed such a horrible opportunity, you back yourself up so much when the offense is doing that to you, you can't expect that much out of them.
So here's Chris Peterson. He will kick off from right to left. Or kicking to the west here. Just a squib kick there. It'll be taken by the Raiders at the 30-yard line. And they're going to be stopped at the 36-yard line is where they will spot the football for Rapid City Stevens. Just a short gain or pickup there of 6 yards on that return.
I'm not quite sure the philosophy behind that. I'm not opposed to it. I can see why I would do it, and some of the teams that I've had, why I would do it. But when you've got a solid kick return or a kickoff team, I'm not quite sure why you would just try to squib it.
Jensen will go from the shotgun now, has 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, hands the ball off to Glenn. Glenn finds a gap there. He's at the 40, keeps his feet moving. He's going to take it to about the 42-yard line. That's going to be a gain of, looks like 8 yards. Actually, they're spotted at the 43-yard line. So a gain of 7 yards. We're looking at 2nd and 3. Jensen throws to the left, and it is dropped by Nelson. He kind of fumbled the ball as he was trying to bring it in. And it's going to be, or hit the turf rather, and it's going to be incomplete to bring up 3rd and 3.
Yeah, you know what, and that was just a perfect play call. They hurried back to the line. They ran the same looking type play, but then Nelson was just doing a little out and just could not haul it in. So right now, of the offense for the Raiders, it's Uriah Glenn. He's a 7 and 8 yard run. That's it.
It's going to be an empty backfield now on this spread offense. There's a screen pass to Julian Scott. He makes the catch, and he's going to be stopped at about the 48-yard line. It looks like they're going to rule it down because the ball hit the ground, and Washington thinks they have the football, but the official blew the whistle, and he's going to blow it dead.
Yeah, and, this isn't, college or the NFL where they can go back and review that. Obviously, the official made the call, so it kind of looked like it was down. Obviously, we don't even have anywhere near the angle that we need to have. But either way, it's first down. They're going to set the chains, and they're going to move it along. What a bullet did they dodge there.
Absolutely. So Scott gives them the first down, 1st and 10 from the Raider 48. Jensen now drops back, looks to his right. Now he's going to throw back to Glenn. Glenn breaks one tackle. He's at midfield. Now the 45-yard line. To the 40. Down that left sideline. Penalty marker thrown. As Uriah Glenn is forced out of bounds, we'll see if this one might be coming back.
Yeah, it might be a hold. We'll see what the officials kind of sort out. But it was a great-looking play. They had the running back as kind of an outlet to the right side as kind of a decoy. You saw Jensen got it. He took a look that way to try to get the defense to look that way, and they're they're trying to set up a screen to the left side, and it was a great play design, a great setup. Uriah Glenn did a great job escaping his tackle, but all for naught.
And that's going to be a 10-yard penalty, so that's going to put the Raiders back at the line of scrimmage. So basically they're replaying first down from the 48-yard line. We're looking at 1st and 10 once again for Rapid City Stevens. Trips right, one receiver to the left. Jed Jensen from the gun drops back, pump fakes. Now he's going to throw down the middle of the field, and he overthrows. I think that was Alex Trokamoinen there on that post route, and it's going to be overthrown, incomplete. Now 2nd down for the Raiders.
Boy, risky, again, going right into the teeth of that defense that I think is probably the strength of that Washington defense is that secondary. As I was watching film and watching how they played, I thought they did a great job against Roosevelt, at least in the secondary. It was really the big plays. It was kind of a crazy. The Rough Riders basically ran 4 plays in the 4th quarter and scored 4 touchdowns off of it. A pick six, a pass play, a run play, and then a turnover from the previous quarter. And it was just obviously insane. Other than that, I thought the Washington secondary did an outstanding job.
So Rapid City Stevens, their play clock was winding down. They're going to take a timeout to talk about it. So we're going to break away as well on the State Farm scoreboard. It is Sioux Falls, Washington 15, Rapid City Stevens nothing with 8:54 to go in the first quarter. We'll take a quick 30-second timeout right here on 106.7 FM, 1150 AM. Fox Sports Rapid City, foxsportsrapidcity.com, and also on GoRaidersLive.com.
This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
And we're back here at the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail broadcast booth. Sales service and side-by-sides with Dean Gurr. I'm Jerome Wickersham. And Dean, I was adjusting the...
Yeah, I'll tell you.
There, was that an incomplete pass?
Yeah, it was an incomplete pass. It was thrown into double coverage high for Trokamoinen. And Jensen is just really off the mark tonight so far. That's something they really need to get together because, to be effective, they need Jensen to be effective.
And in recent weeks, too, he's had good rapport with Easton Ogle, and we haven't even called his name yet tonight.
Not yet.
Until right now, he kind of throws back. He is forced out of the pocket there, and he tries to get it to Easton Ogle on this near side, but it's underthrown, and that will make it 4th down for the Raiders.
His deep balls aren't on the mark. We've seen him much better early on in the season. His deep balls aren't on the mark. His mid-level balls are high. And that rollout play, like you said, is just off the mark behind the receiver.
And so Rapid City Stevens will punt for the 3rd time. That's one a much better punt. It's going to land inside the 20, bounce inside the 10. It's heading for the end zone, but the Raiders, did they keep it out of the end zone?
No, they didn't.
You thought they were going to stop it before it got to the end zone, but Tanner Tucker back there, and he will say that's going to come back out to the 20-yard line.
I think they kept the ball out, but I think they stepped into the end zone, which means you can't do that. You have to stay in the field of play.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what happened. Yeah, it hit around the 5, and it was running like a muskrat trying to get into a hole, getting chased by a bobcat or something, and just didn't quite get in there. They tried to stop it, I think. They were there. They could have easily stopped it, but you get the 5, you're like, hey, let's get the 4, the 3, the 2, let's go. And all of a sudden now you're standing in the end zone.
So instead of pinning them back, the Warriors back deep, it will come out to the 20-yard line. Thompson from the shotgun, 1st and 10 on the Warriors 20. Has a man in motion. Max Thompson again. Takes the snap, hands the ball off. It'll go to Elijah Tenaya down that left sideline, and he's going to be forced out of bounds. And here comes the penalty marker. A couple of penalty markers. It looks like it's going to be a late hit by Rapid City Stevens. And I know you alluded earlier, Dean, those are the types of penalties you just cannot do against good ball clubs.
Yeah, he easily had him out of bounds. He can see the white where he's at, but he instead of finishing it off by just maybe completing a tackle, they probably would have let that go. Instead, he spun him around and threw him to the ground. Unsportsmanlike conduct against the Raiders, and unfortunately that's all too often we see that when the Raiders have an opportunity to make a play here or play there, they're giving these free yards. Everybody wants to be a giver. We love being givers, but giving free yards is not exactly what they had in mind.
Again, 8:24 to go here in the second quarter on the State Farm scoreboard. Sioux Falls, Washington leading the Raiders 15-0 is the score. Thompson throws down the middle of the field. It is incomplete, and now another penalty marker. This comes from the back judge.
Yeah, and this is either going to be a hold or a pass interference, and I don't know who it's going to be on. It might be the defender who was holding.
No, it'll be a first down.
So we just caught the end there of Brad Tucker, but it is a first down.
Yeah, I think it was pass interference because they're moving at 15 yards. And, yeah, it was well overthrown, but I think that's because they were holding on to the receiver.
So back-to-back 15-yard penalties, and this will place the football now on the Raider 37. Thompson with trips right, one receiver to the left. He'll take the snap, drops back. He gets out of the pocket, he tucks and runs, and then he slides just shy of the 30-yard line. They'll spot him at the 32. That's going to be a gain of 5 yards to bring up 2nd and 5.
Just an effective run by Thompson, just enough to keep the defense honest as he took a look downfield. I think he kind of glanced out of the corner of his eye to his left, and I thought he might think of dumping it off there, but instead saw that hole right in the middle and went that direction. So, tonight so far, the strength of the Raiders has been their defense. Now 2 huge penalties, and now allowing Washington to march down the field.
There's the snap and the handoff to, is that number 4?
It is.
It is Elijah Tenaya, and he's going to get maybe a yard down to the 31-yard line. So now we're looking at 3rd and 5 coming up.
And, of course, Elijah, just a sophomore, got great two year career for Washington. And we see the talent level. That was Blessing. Blessing 2 years ago, I was going back and looking at stats, and they had some solid running backs, and to see Blessing being a huge factor even as a sophomore.
From the gun, dropping back is Thompson, looking to his right. He'll dump it off to Elijah. Elijah at the 30, cuts back to the 25, down to the 20-yard line. A nice run there by Elijah Tanaya, and that's going to be a first down on a gain of 11 yards.
Yeah, Tate Crossweight was the linebacker. He rolls out, he spies him, was right on it, had everything. He just could not complete the tackle. And that's just a frustrating moment for a defense when you look like you've got him just pinned, you're going to make a solid hit. Instead, we saw Elijah, just his slow center of gravity. If you don't collect him and wrap with your hands, he spins out of it and keeps going.
We're looking at 1st and 10 from the Raider 20. They're up 15-0. It's Thompson. He fakes the handoff, runs right down the middle, and he'll get down to the 6-yard line. They grabbed him from behind, and here comes Steve Hilton. He threw that flag from his umpire position.
Right, I'm not quite sure. He kind of threw it. I mean,
Horse collar tackle on the defense. Half yard.
It didn't look like they pulled him down, and he threw the flag before the tackle. It's kind of what it looked like.
So they call it a horse collar tackle. That'll put it down at the the 3-yard line. So 1st and goal now.
That's 3 15-yard penalties.
Trips right, one receiver to the left. Thompson again from the gun. They lead by 2 scores. Takes the snap, looks to his left. He'll put it up for Peterson. That one intended for number 88. That is Tommy Peterson. Incomplete. Now looking at 2nd and goal. Again, a cold night here in Rapid City. 46 degrees. But it feels like 41.
Right.
Dean, I'm glad we're inside.
Yeah, definitely. What it was like 51 today, so I thought, it might be decent. And it was windy earlier. I thought, I have to contend with the wind tonight, but that has kind of settled down.
Pretty calm out there
now.
Yeah,
just a slight breeze. You can see the flags flowing a little bit there on the top of the goalposts.
And they'll hand it off to Elijah Tanaya, and is he in for his second score? He is the second touchdown of the ball game from 2 yards out, or 3 yards out rather, for Elijah Tanaya. And now the Warriors go up 21-0, awaiting the extra point.
If we look at things, if we go back, obviously lots of game to go yet, and who knows what kind of momentum is going to happen one way or another. But if you go back and look at it, you're going to say that the Raiders were in it up until this drive right here. I think emotionally, mentally, I don't know exactly what's going on that sideline, but I would guess that this drive was the hope killer. 5:39 to go in this half, but I think this would have been it.
So again on the State Farm scoreboard, insured by agents Scott Carlson and Matt McCormick. It is Sioux Falls, Washington 21, Rapid City Stevens nothing, again with 5:39 to go here in this first half. Again, this game coming your way on Fox Sports Rapid City and foxsportsrapidcity.com.
You get 3 15-yard penalties, and it's hard to tell are we stopping them or aren't we stopping them when you get plays when they're just letting the ball just freely flow down the field.
Very frustrating for the Raiders, again, with those penalties. That you just gave a lot of yards there to Sioux Falls, Washington. Here's a squib kick. It'll be taken. Actually, the ball is live as it was fumbled by the Raiders. They jump on it at the 27-yard line. So now we'll see the offense go to work. They have 5 minutes and 36 seconds to play with.
Yeah, and what they really need to do is, you hate to say it, you're down 25-0. Do I really need to run the ball? It's still first half. Yes, you do. They really need to get the ball in the hands of Uriah Glenn. It's been somewhat effective. The The Warriors just running a 3-man front with the 4 linebackers there.
There's the handoff to Uriah Glenn. And they're going to give him forward progress. It was 1st and 10 on the 27. He'll take it to the 29-yard line. So now a 2-yard gain. 2nd and 8 coming up for Rapid City Stevens. They have 2 timeouts remaining here in this first half. And they are going to use one of their timeouts.
Yeah, so they have to get something together here. They can't run the ball constantly, obviously. Right now, that's really the only effective offense they've been able to shell out. But they really need to put something together. Just anything of confidence. They've got to take that drive that just happened by Washington and just put it in their review mirror.
While we have a timeout, we'll take a quick look at our State Farm scoreboard. In Class 11 AAA, right now in the third quarter, it's Sioux Falls Roosevelt 35, Sioux Falls Lincoln 14. Talk about the Rough Riders turning it around.
Oh my gosh. Like I said, you watched that game last week. They touched the ball 4 times before the 2-minute warning. There's no 2-minute warning. 2 minutes in the fourth quarter. Fourth quarter alone, and they score 4 touchdowns. That was like the moment right there.
Also, Sioux Falls Jefferson 24, Harrisburg 21 in the third quarter. And then in Brandon Valley tonight, Brandon Valley 21 and Rapid City Central 6 in the second quarter.
Obviously, all those teams try to vie for perfect playoff spots or as best they possibly can.
On second down, Jensen with the throw to Julian Scott on a crossing route there. He steps out of bounds inside the 40-yard line, but there's a penalty marker inside the 25.
It's going to be a hold against the Raiders, but
It'll be a 10-yard penalty. We'll replay the down.
I'm not quite sure how there was just a big, massive pile right in front of Jensen there as he was just kind of spotting. But Hilton was just kind of right in the middle of it. He looks over, throws his flag, and says, I can see it. I don't know how, but.
And that would have been a first down. It looks like he would have been, or real close to a first down for Julian Scott. Instead, now we're facing a 2nd and 23 for the Raiders on their own 14-yard line. 5 minutes to go. You definitely don't want to give the ball back to Sioux Falls, Washington. Jensen gets out of the pocket, rolls to his right, gets the ball to Caden Nelson. Nelson is going to be wrapped up. Actually, he's still on his feet, but he's going to be tackled there just shy of the 25-yard line.
I got to tell you, if you're watching on Go Raiders Live right now and you happen to see right at the moment where Jensen kind of escapes the pocket, there's a Warrior there, and Big Ben Goldie just right there looks at the defender, throws his shoulder into him, and absolutely flattens him on the ground. It's those little victories sometimes that you get. You ask your lineman to continue a play. When you've got a play that's long drawn out like that, you want your lineman to continue to block, and that's exactly what he did. Just threw his shoulder, said, here you go. I got to bend over a long way for it, but I'm going to hit you anyway.
And Ben is 6'8", 295 pounds. Under pressure, the ball is picked off. It was thrown and picked off by Sioux Falls, Washington, and they will take it in 20 yards for the score.
Yeah, they blitzed that time, so lots of heat inside for the Raiders, and he escaped. Jensen escaped one tackle, was able to get out of there, and thought he found Uriah Glenn over at about the 20-yard line, made the throw, but what a read by number 22, Tristan Fitzsimmons, for Sioux Falls, Washington. Just 2 big turnovers by the Raiders, and boy, did that one hurt.
So things getting pretty bad here for the Raiders. They are just found themselves in a very deep hole here. The extra point is good. Again, with 4 minutes to go on the State Farm scoreboard in the second quarter, that makes it Sioux Falls, Washington 28, Rapid City Stevens nothing. We will break away for a quick timeout. We'll be back in 30 seconds right here on Fox Sports Rapid City and foxsportsrapidcity.com.
It's Truck Month.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
It's Truck Month at Danny Manhole.
And we're back here at Dunham Field at O'Hara Stadium, here at the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail broadcast booth. Jerome Wickersham and Dean Gurr with you on this Friday night. Another squib kick by Sioux Falls, Washington. After they score that pick six, Uriah Glenn on the return, he's going to take it out to about the 34-yard line. So the Raiders will have just under 4 minutes to play with before halftime as they trail on the State Farm scoreboard 28-0.
Yeah, just hard. It's hard to diagnose this right now is really what it is. The Raiders offense just absolutely has not shown up to play today. Uriah Glenn is about all they've had, and what little bit they've had. I think Jensen's trying to make plays, but his arm isn't where it should be in making plays. The receivers aren't able to get the separation that they need to the defensive backs.
And now they go two receivers to each side. 1st and 10 from the 34. There's the pass to the right side. It goes to Easton Ogle, and Ogle is going to be wrapped up in the backfield. Still on his feet, but nowhere to go as they try to rip the ball out. But they'll call forward progress. They will spot the ball at the 28-yard line. But we do have a penalty marker on this on this near sideline.
Yeah, he had two forward progresses. He first got it at about the 30-yard line or so, and the ball just didn't get there quickly. You saw how quickly that the Washington Warrior defense, linebackers and defensive backs just swarmed into that. That play is a favorite play of the Raiders, so you know they've watched it all week on film and say, guys, if they get the ball to the perimeter, we need to get on our horse and quickly.
So the penalty is declined. They will spot the football just shy of the 30-yard line. Nonetheless, that's going to be a loss of 4 yards. So now we're looking at 2nd and 14 from the 30.
That was the first forward progress that I thought they had. It looked like he was trying to spin out of it, and they might give it to him back at about the 25.
Again, two receivers to each side. Jensen drops back. Under pressure, he's going to get out of the pocket, and then he's going to be tackled for a loss of 2 yards. So a sack there. Back at the 28-yard line. So now we're looking at 3rd and 16 coming up for Rapid City Stevens.
And that was Patrick Osborne closed in and is able to make that tackle. Jensen just trying to find some looks down the field, but there just really is nobody down the field. Just absolute coverage, lockdown coverage by the Washington Warriors.
Here come the Raiders trying to get something rolling or going here today with 2:45 to go in this second quarter. They trail 28-0. Jensen from the gun once again. He'll drop back, throws down the middle of the field, and another interception picked off by Sioux Falls, Washington. And he even levels one of the offensive linemen there. See who that was, number.
Yeah,
is that 46?
Yeah, 46 was the interceptor. That's Gabe Frericks.
How big is Gabe? He looks huge as he knocks down that Raider player. He's 6'2", 210. He even looks bigger than that.
Yeah, he just absolutely threw a shoulder right into him and knocked him down. And the Warrior bench just absolutely went nuts on it. And even when he got out of bounds, I thought he kind of made kind of a slight celebration. Thought maybe he might get a penalty for that, but it just goes from bad to worse right now for the Raiders.
Absolutely. That's 3 interception or turnovers in this ball game now for Rapid City Stevens. Trips right, one receiver to the left is Thompson. Throws to the right sideline, has a receiver who tries to make a diving catch. He overthrows the receiver who was wide open. And that's going to be incomplete. I think that was number 2, Josh Piper, on that far sideline.
Yeah, like you said, he was wide open. A nice little corner route going over there. But Mike Deming all over saying that's an incomplete pass. But, your defense can only have so much fight in them. If you're going to throw interceptions and constantly put them on the field and make them try to constantly make plays, they just wear down. You can see hands on hips right now, helmets kind of getting lowered. I think the fight is going out of the Raiders quickly.
Again from the gun, 2nd and 10. They hand the ball off to Elijah Tanaya. Already 2 scores. He's down to the 10, the 5, and he's going to come up just shy of that goal line. They'll mark him at the 2. So Elijah once again with 2 touchdowns and almost a third as he gives the Warriors 1st and goal. Thompson from the shotgun. Hands the ball off to Elijah once again. He is going to be wrapped up for a loss back to the 3-yard line. Just a loss of 1. Now 2nd and goal coming up for Sioux Falls, Washington.
Yeah, that was Spencer Garrett that time. Name we called earlier, able to get into the backfield and get him around the ankles.
Down to the clock is running. 1:45 to play. Again, this game coming your way on Fox Sports Rapid City. Also, thanks for watching on GoRaidersLive.com. .90 seconds remaining. 2nd and goal. Thompson from the gun. Hands the ball off. Tanaya gets to the left side, and he's going to get around the tackle and take it in for the 3rd touchdown of the game for Elijah Tanaya.
Yeah, and Gavin Skinner was the first Raider that had a shot at him, but he is not an easy guy to bring down. We talked about that in the pregame show between Elijah and Blessing, both super-duper athletic running backs with speed and running ability. They're not the type of players. Here's what they won't see. When we saw Harrisburg and they had that running back that just absolutely bowled everyone over. They're more elusive, but still, speed and quickness and able to turn corners quickly just makes them so effective and so elusive and hard to bring down.
And that extra point is good. So on the State Farm scoreboard, insured by agents Scott Carlson and Matt McCormick, that makes it Sioux Falls, Washington 35, Rapid City Stevens nothing. 3 touchdowns in the ballgame for Elijah Tanaya, and that gives him 12 touchdowns on the season to lead that Warrior offense.
Yeah, it's definitely, and it's wearing. The Warriors are wearing down the Raiders, and I think actually the Raiders are wearing down the Raiders. The offensive unit of the Raiders is wearing down the defensive unit. We saw fight in them. They were up to the challenge, did a great stop earlier in the quarter. In the first quarter, it looked like they were there. There were a couple of plays, but for the most part, they were doing a pretty decent job. But I think, when you come back out, you just got off, and then here's a turnover, and then you get back on the field again. You're just like, we've had it. We can only come in and fight so long.
There's a squib kick, and it will be down by the Raiders at the 33-yard line. So Rapid City Stevens now, 1:19 to go before halftime. They'll have the ball.
It was really only 4 minutes ago. We said that the Raiders were getting together. It was about 5:42, I believe, is when I looked on the clock. If they can get a good drive, grind it out, and boy, has things turned since then.
Here's Jensen from the shotgun. He'll take the snap, hand the ball off to Glenn. Glenn gets to the outside, gets around the tackle, the 35, the 40, down the 45, 50, and he's going to be forced out of bounds in Sioux Falls, Washington territory. We'll see where they spot the football, but a nice run there by Uriah Glenn. Like you said, Dean, he's been the spark for this Raider offense.
Yeah, he's really the only glimmer of hope they have right now. To get it, now that they made that big play, I'm sure what they're probably going to do is they are going to go back into the passing game.
That's going to be a 27-yard run there. Or correction, the ball was on the 33, so a 17-yard run. Here's Glenn once again, goes right up the middle, gets into Washington territory, down to the 47-yard line with 1:03 to go.
And we're going to get a timeout by Sioux Falls. Washington wants to make sure they got the right defense and how to play things here in this last 63 seconds.
We'll just do some quick scores while we have a moment here. As the Warriors call a timeout. With 1:03 to go, they lead 35-0 on the State Farm scoreboard over Rapid City Stevens. Again, late in the third quarter, Sioux Falls Roosevelt all over Sioux Falls Lincoln, 42-14. Harrisburg has regained the lead. They lead Sioux Falls Jefferson late in the third, 28-24. O'Gorman defeated Huron tonight, 46-0. And then still in the second quarter, the score we had was Brandon Valley 21, Rapid City Central 6 tonight.
And I think if the Raiders got this win tonight, they're mathematically still alive to be the 6th seed. Nobody wants to face either Brandon Valley or Harrisburg in that first round of the playoffs. So if the Raiders win tonight, they're mathematically still alive for that number 6 spot.
Jensen hands it off to Glenn as we get back into action now. He cuts back. He's inside the 40-yard line, then forced out of bounds at about the 38-yard line. A nice run there by Glenn. And that'll give the Raiders a first down. That's going to be a gain of about 11 yards at least.
Well, the Warriors are playing back. They know the weapons that the Raiders bring. Jensen, his abilities to throw the ball, and some of the receivers for Stevens. So they're going to play back. They're going to just play a cover 2.
Jensen throws an out route there to Julian Scott, and he was leveled. It was an incomplete pass, but he is leveled by the defender, and Mike Deming throws a flag on that far sideline.
Yeah, it was easily not a catchable ball. It was an out route, and he threw it well beyond the receiver, and the defender came up and absolutely threw a shoulder into him. I didn't see who it was, but he actually hit him in the helmet.
So a 15-yard penalty. Again, 50 seconds remaining. One timeout for Rapid City Stevens left. They will place the ball now at the 23-yard line. So the Raiders, again, with a chance to maybe go in the locker rooms and finish this quarter strong and go in the locker room, knowing that they were able to get this touchdown on this final drive here. They're going to put Glenn lined up to the right of Jed Jensen. Jensen, spread offense, pump fakes. Now he throws down the middle of the field, and it's intercepted for the 4th time tonight by Sioux Falls, Washington. On the return is that Josh Piper down that left sideline. He's at the 50. Now he cuts back to the right. It's number 3, still on his feet. And he is heading for the end zone at the 10, the 5. And touchdown for number 3, Trig Uten.
Trig Uten, man, what a play. Again, we see Jensen overthrowing his receiver. He had Easton Ogle. We talked about one of his favorite targets. He loves to get to him, and it looked like he had an opportunity, but he just threw the ball too high. Ogle saw it well over his head, put his hands down, and right in the arms of Uten, who was dropping back. It looked like they had quarters coverage over there. They disguised it as a cover 2, dropped back into quarters coverage, and just right into the hands of Uten.
So it looks like we had a penalty, so that touchdown it will not go for Trig Uten. There was a penalty marker there. So Uten, who returned it, he intercepted at about the 5-yard line and would have had a 95-yard interception return for a touchdown. Instead, Sioux Falls, Washington leading 35-0 with 29 seconds to go here before halftime. They will have the football once again. Here's Thompson from the gun. Takes the snap, looks to his left. Gets rid of the football, dumps it off to Cantor. Cantor is going to be thrown out of bounds inside the 20-yard line. It'll stop the clock at 18 seconds as they mark it at about the 17.
And you could just see Thompson, how well he manages that pocket. He was there. He was patient. There's a lot of other quarterbacks, maybe more athletic quarterbacks, that would just kind of take off and run. But instead, he just held his ground, found his guy, kept his eyes downfield like a good quarterback does, and able to find the right receiver.
Thompson drops back from the gun, looks to the right to the corner of the end zone. It is up for grabs, and it is hauled in for the touchdown by Josh Piper.
Yeah, it was actually some pretty good coverage there by Corderdoni, but He just didn't get his head around in time and was just a step behind the receiver. If he would have stayed with him, got his head around, he might have been able to kind of get his hands up there and knock it down. But another dagger in this against these Raiders tonight by the Warriors.
Here comes the extra point attempt. And they're going to blow it dead first. We have a flag on this left sideline. It'll be false start. So false start. So that will back up the attempt for Chris Peterson. So they move the football back to the 8-yard line. So Peterson will kick from the 15. Looking at a 25-yard extra point attempt as the Warriors lead 41-0. 12 seconds to go here in this first half. There's the snap, there's the kick, and this one is good. So again, 12 seconds to go in the second quarter. Sioux Falls, Washington, 42, Rapid City Stevens, nothing. We'll take a quick break here before this kickoff. We're back in 30 seconds right here on 106.7 FM, 1150 AM. Fox Sports Rapid City and online at foxsportsrapidcity.com.
Chevrolet. Shop a great selection of new Chevy trucks and SUVs. Over 30 new Silverados in stock and on the way. And you can reserve yours today. Plus over 400 used. Brands like GMC, Ford, Ram, Honda, Toyota, Subaru, and more. Plus the best selection of used Chevys. Fresh trades available every day. If you're looking for the right used truck or SUV at the right price, it's right here during Truck Month at Denny Menholt Rapid Chevrolet or DennyMenholtRapidChevrolet.com.
I was hoping I wasn't going to use this stat, but I got a stat. It may not pertain because of the turnovers, but the yardage stats of previous games.
And we're back here at the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail broadcast booth. Sales, service, and side-by-sides. Jerome Wickersham and Dean Gurr with you on this Friday night. Just 1 week remaining for the larger schools in the regular season. Here's your kickoff by Sioux Falls, Washington. A squib kick that was down by Rapid City Stevens with just 10 seconds to go in this first half. And the Raiders down a huge hole right now, 42-0. To Sioux Falls, Washington.
Yeah, I suppose when you turn the ball over 4 times in a single half of football, it's going to look ugly.
They'll go in the I formation now. New quarterback hands it off to Glenn. Glenn to that left side gets around the tackle. He's going to be forced out of bounds just shy of the 40-yard line.
Tate Crossweight come in. We saw him come in last year when Jed Jensen got hurt, and now we see him coming in again. And I don't know if anything's with Jensen or if they're just using him to clean up.
Again, Tate Crossweight, a 6'3", 190-pound sophomore QB, wearing number 3.
He's a linebacker, so he's a pretty solid ball player out there.
Mm-hmm. They'll go I formation, 4 seconds remaining, 2nd and 2. Fakes the handoff, rolls out to his left. He's going to throw it down the left sideline, intended for Trocamoinen. It goes through his hands, and that's the end of the first half here at O'Hara Stadium. Again, on the State Farm scoreboard, insured by agents Scott Carlson and Matt McCormick, it's halftime, and Sioux Falls, Washington, all over Rapid City Stevens. 42-0 is your score here at the break. We will take a 2-minute timeout. We will come back with our halftime show. We'll do that when we return right here on 106.7 FM, 1150 AM, Fox Sports Rapid City and foxsportsrapidcity.com.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
It's Honda's certified Dream Deal sales event. Up to an additional 2 years, 50,000 miles comprehensive warranty, plus certified Hondas come with 7-year, 100,000-mile powertrain coverage, free oil changes your first year, and 24/7 roadside assistance. See Denny Menholt Rushmore Honda for all the certified details.
How do we solve our patients' hard-to-solve medical problems? Our doctors and specialists collaborate, sharing their vast knowledge and Mayo Clinic's unique expertise. It's this working together that helps solve our patients' hard-to-solve medical problems. Monument Health, proud member of the Mayo Clinic Care Network.
It's Truck Month at Danny Menholt Rapid Chevrolet. Shop a great selection of new Chevy trucks and SUVs. Over 30 new Silverados in stock and on the way. And you can reserve yours today. Plus over 400 used. Brands like GMC, Ford, Ram, Honda, Toyota, Subaru, and more. Plus the best selection of used Chevys. Fresh trades available every day. If you're looking for the right used truck or SUV at the right price, it's right here during Truck Month at Danny Menholt Rapid Chevrolet or DannyMenholtRapidChevrolet.com.
Everyone says they want to change the world. But not everyone will. We are not everyone.
The best new cars make the best used cars. It stands to reason that the better a product is made, the longer it will last, which makes getting a high-quality, low-mileage Toyota at a great price a very savvy move. You can drive a barely used certified pre-owned vehicle today. 1.99% APR financing available on all Camry, Corolla, Prius, and RAV4. The right cars, the right price, the right experience. See you soon at Danny Menholt Toyota Rapid City and DannyMenholtToyota.com. The best.
Join the team and take on your legacy. Since 1862, the South Dakota Army National Guard has been ready to defend our freedom and our way of life. When our nation calls, we are there to help our friends, neighbors, and communities in the event of forest fires, floods, tornadoes, and severe winter storms right here in South Dakota. Now we want you to write the next chapter in our rich history of the South Dakota Army National Guard. Visit their Facebook and Instagram pages or nationalguard.com/SD.
You got 42 points put up by Washington. That maybe this is just a dominating performance by Washington, and I don't want to take anything away from it. They have definitely played very, very well tonight. They've taken advantage of every opportunity they've had. Thompson has made a couple of good throws. What he needs to do, his ball game managing skills, offensive managing skills. The Tenaya brothers have just been really effective in running the ball. That offensive line is just really well. But when you get the ball handed to you 4 times in a half, and to a good team who can take advantage of those turnovers, you get such lopsidedness. And like I said earlier, and now it just bleeds over. The ineffectiveness of the offense now bleeds over to an excited defense that came ready to play. But now you're constantly on the field. You're constantly with your back against your own end zone. That wears on you mentally. So the cancer of the wearing that was on the offense is now spread to the defense. And now it's up to Coach Scott. He's got to go into the locker room and he's got to somehow, rally his troops somehow. Do I think they can win this game? No, I don't. But can they come back out and say, okay, look, we have a minimum 2.5 games left in the season. we've got the Cobblers next week, and we've got a playoff game afterwards. Like, unless they totally fall apart and lose to the Cobblers next weekend, they are going to have a playoff game. They're going to have to travel to Harrisburg or Brandon Valley, depends on who wins that game next weekend, next Thursday. But somehow, some way, he's got to use this point now to get his team together and say, okay, guys, we had an atrocious offensive half. Let's get rid of it. Let's get it aside. Let's come back out on the field. Let's come out. Let's be effective and play our hearts out and at least make something of this game.
Absolutely. I think that's all you can ask as a coach of your players. You know, like you said, it mentally takes this out of you, but to say, hey, let's just come out, let's erase that first half, and let's come out and just have a good, strong second half.
Yeah, it's going to have to be something like that. And I don't know if he's going to go with Crossway and say, okay, Jensen, hey, I'm sorry, man. It's just not your night. You're more of, like I said, more of a liability. So I don't know if that's what he's going to do or if he just wanted to sit him down for just that last series and say, okay, have a seat. Let's get into the locker room. Let's gather together and bring him back out and say, okay, let's fix what we got going on. Is it your arm angle? Is it you're not setting your feet? Is there what's wrong with your arm at the moment? Because he isn't the most accurate. We've seen him make some pretty good plays, but we have not really seen his accuracy as poorly as we've seen tonight.
And for the Raiders defensively, too, on that one particular drive, they had 3 15-yard penalties, and those are just devastating. When you have that big of penalties, you're just giving those yards to your opponent.
Oh, yeah, if you're going to write some stuff down, if you're going to give some stats and hand them out to media or put something on a bulletin board and say, guys, this has been the epitome of our season. We've made plays, but now all of a sudden we've got these penalties. We've seen them in all the Raider games that we've done. None of them have been excluded. We've got those penalties, and we've got four turnovers to add on to that tonight with a very lackluster performance on the offense. Just all around on the offensive side and then bleeding to the defensive side, it's just not happening.
Nope. And then for the Sioux Falls, Washington Warriors, again, they spread that around as far as the offense. They had 2 touchdown passes for Max Thompson, one a 59-yarder to Gabe Cantor to start things off. He had a 17-yard touchdown pass to Josh Piper. Of course, there was the 1 pick six by Tristan Fitzsimmons, but the rest of the scores have come from Elijah Tanaya. He now has 12 touchdowns on the season as he gets 3 of them tonight, 1 from 1 yard out and 2 from 3 yards out. So
yeah, we knew how effective they were. Obviously, it looks so lopsided when you're turning the ball over. The pick six you talked about, and just to see those guys work, they take advantage of opportunities. And when you've got a degraded defense out there that showed hopes and spirits early on, but when they get so degraded, that effective run game, that powerful line that they've got, blowing people over, it just makes it so much worse. So it just enhances it so much.
Absolutely. So again, here at halftime, it's the halftime show right here on Fox Sports Rapid City. And on the State Farm scoreboard, it again is Sioux Falls, Washington, 42, Rapid City, Stevens, nothing. We're going to take just another quick break. We will come back and we will look at scores both locally and across the state as we try to maybe make some kind of sort out what the playoff picture might look like. We'll do that when we return in just 2 minutes right here on 106.7 FM, 1150 AM, Fox Sports Rapid City and foxsportsrapidcity.com.
Dave always wore the same gray shirt to work every day. Monday through Friday, gray, gray, gray. Then one day, Dave decided to switch things up and wear that Hawaiian shirt his mother gave him. And that's when Wendy in accounting took notice. You can make a difference when you switch things up too. Switch and save an average of $536 by calling your local State Farm agent today.
To switch and save on your auto insurance, call State Farm agent Matt McCormick in Rapid City.
Average annual per household savings based on a 2019 national survey by State Farm of new policyholders who reported savings by switching to State Farm.
Hi, this is Nate Brown reminding you to join the Nate Brown Show live weekdays from 4 to 6 p.m. It's Rapid City Sports Talk Show and Rapid City's only call-in radio show. With big-name guests from across the country to the local sports coverage you just can't get anywhere else. Join the conversation every weekday for thought-provoking sports talk. This is your show. Don't miss the Nate Brown Show from 4 to 6 p.m. on 106.7 FM and 1150 a.m. And stream us all the time at foxsportsrapidcity.com.
Hi, the best new cars make the best used cars. It stands to reason that the better a product is made, the longer it will last, which makes getting a high-quality, low-mileage Toyota at a great price a very savvy move. You can drive a barely used certified pre-owned vehicle today. 1.99% APR financing available on all Camry, Corolla, Prius, and RAV4. The right cars, the right price, the right experience. See you soon at Danny Manholt Toyota Rapid City and DannyManholtToyota.com.
My kid wrecked his car, his third car. The kid needs a car. We need the kid to have a car. What did I do? I begged my insurance agent for mercy. That's another story. Then I went to Copper Motors in Rapid City and found a safe, reliable car.
Copper & Motors is a small, trusted dealership specializing in safe, quality pre-owned vehicles. No pressure, no hassle. Each vehicle is inspected, serviced, and detailed with a warranty like no other. Copper & Motors, corner of Campbell and Omaha.
When you're the bank, that comes with a lot of responsibility. Security First Bank is the bank that knows your name, solves your problems, and stays flexible to make personal or business banking a whole lot easier. Because when you're the bank, you're built on people, relationships, trust, and straight talk. Security First Bank. We're the bank, but more importantly, we're your bank. Member FDIC.
Warren Chemical is ready for winter. Are you? They stock quality ice melt products for sidewalks, driveways, and parking areas that will melt ice down to minus 15 degrees. Warren Chemical Ice Melt is less toxic than baking soda, is the least damaging to concrete surrounding grass and other plants, and can be applied before or after the snow falls. Available in 50-pound bags and less expensive than the discount store 20-pound buckets. Call 342-7644. Warren Chemical, a proud sponsor of all Rapid City and surrounding area schools.
And that is late in the second quarter. Other games tonight, Pierre over Aberdeen Central, 39-13 in the second. At halftime, it's T-Area 39, Spearfish nothing. Brookings leading Yankton 14-7 at halftime. And also at halftime, Mitchell over Watertown 13-10. A game that kicked off, actually I believe they were kicking off at 7 o'clock tonight. Belle Fourche was supposed to host Douglas, but that game was moved to Box Elder, so they will be playing tonight, I think 7 o'clock. Belle Fourche will be at Douglas tonight. And, of course, our second game tonight in our doubleheader will feature Sturgis Brown, and this will be a designated home game for them as they host the St. Thomas More Cavaliers. And that'll be the final game of the regular season for St. Thomas More, as playoffs will begin next week in Class 11B. In Class 11A, locally, Rapid City Christian leading Lakota Tech in the second quarter, 20-0. Also, Custer is leading Bennett County in the second quarter, 6-0. That game being played on the road tonight. In Class 11B, it was Aberdeen Roncalli over Mobridge Pollock, 43-14. That game also moved from Mobridge to Aberdeen. And Bridgewater Emory Ethan, they defeat Baltic tonight 54-0. It's Mount Vernon Plankington 6. Woonsocket Wessington Springs Sanborn Central nothing in the third quarter. Those are two teams we thought, very good Class 11B teams. We thought that'd be quite the matchup tonight.
Yeah, that was definitely one of the huge matchups, especially when we talk about playoff action. There was about 3 games that we kind of look down. You make a lot of assumptions of which is normal, between who's playing who. We didn't think Baltic would beat Bridgewater Emory. Okay, just didn't think that. But that one game that could have gone either way, and currently is so close, Mount Vernon and Plankington. I think they're slightly better, but right now it's such a close game on that. Very pivotal as far as our second game tonight, whether St. Thomas More, who they travel to, or if they win their first round game, who are they going to play second round? That's a hugely pivotal game. I'll tell you one game real quick that really was kind of an upset. Flandreau beat McCook Central Montrose. That was a game I didn't think would go that way. So, looking at some predictions in a playoff picture, I'm going to have to change a few things out and make some adjustments on that.
Also up or down actually in the Southern Hills tonight, Hot Springs, only one loss on the year, and that was to St. Thomas More. But Hot Springs leading Lee Deadwood 14-0 tonight. The Hot Springs Bison are 6-1 on the season, and Lee Deadwood is 5-2. And so two very good teams there. Hot Springs, though, leading Lee Deadwood 14-0 at halftime. Also, it's Kadoka area 20, White River 14 in Class 9 AA. Stanley County all over Dupree tonight at halftime, 42-0. Lyman defeats Jones County 54-0. That is a final.
There was two huge games in 9-man as far as you're talking about playoff pictures, teams going against each other. And Howard and Hanson, that's one of them. Howard leading 19-0 over Hanson. 2 minutes left to go in the third. And there was another Parkson playing Woolsey. Wessington is a huge game. Parkson leads 33-20 when you're talking about the three different nine-man classification games. And there's one other one, and I can't think of which one it is. That was really a two top 5 teams playing each other. And I don't remember.
Well, right down the interstate, Wall is on top of New Underwood 14-0. In the first quarter.
Right, and Wall way up there, undefeated, and way up there in the PowerPoint, so they're going to host a first-round playoff game.
Might even get a couple of games, maybe.
Yeah, if you get far enough up there.
And then Potter County defeats Sully Buttes tonight, 50-0 is the final there in Class 9B. Potter County having a really good season. And again, coming up in between games tonight also, Score Central. Matt Kearney will have Score Central where he will recap scores in between games tonight, in between our doubleheader, plus at the end of tonight's broadcast. Matt will also have an extended version of Score Central. It's going to be a late night for Matt where he's going to wrap up all the day's scores. And at that point, too, we may even have maybe some sense of some playoff implications or some playoff.
We're going to have all over the place.
Yeah, so Matt will do all of that tonight.
Yeah, we're going to start a GoFundMe page for coffee for Matt for him to stay up tonight. So
hey, it's definitely going to be a late night, but it's always an exciting time of year. I love this time of year when you get into that postseason and then the teams start to battle it out. I love this time of year.
The air is crisp, and we are definitely going to feel it tonight. Crisp air is going to be a fantastic second game for us tonight between the Cavaliers of St. Thomas More and the Sturgis Brown Scoopers. Two teams absolutely critical that they get wins to position themselves in the right place for playoffs. Sturgis just trying to stay in the playoff race, and obviously St. Thomas More wants a win. If they don't get a win tonight, then they're going to end up, traveling. At least their first round game, they're going to be like a 12 or something seed. They're trying to get a minimum an 8 seed.
And that's going to wrap up our halftime show here at O'Hara Stadium as we get set to start this third quarter here at O'Hara Stadium. Again, Sioux Falls, Washington leading Rapid City Stevens 42-0. There's your kickoff. Another squib kick. It'll be down by Rapid City Stevens at the 28-yard line. So we'll see the Raiders, and we'll see what adjustments, maybe what changes, if any, at any of the skill positions they made here coming out in the second half.
So I'm thinking, I'm the kick return team. What do I have to lose? You set somebody up when they do that kick, somebody behind, and he tells the person who recovers it, instead of just falling on the ground, does he have a shot to get some yards out of it? I mean, if he turns it over, he turns it over. I mean, you're down 42-0. What do you got to lose?
And I believe that's number 6 out there. I think that's Jensen.
It is.
It is Jensen back out there. Hands the ball off to
Glenn.
Uriah Glenn. He has a nice run. Takes it from the 28 out to the 42-yard line. Gain of 14 on that carry by Uriah Glenn. Again, the Raiders, 1st and 10 from their own 42-yard line, going from right to left here at O'Hara Stadium. Thanks for joining us as the season winds down here. Just 1 week remaining. We'll have coverage next week, of course, of the Central Stevens game right here on Fox Sports Rapid City. Again, Jensen with trips, or actually 2 receivers to the left. One to the right, hands the ball off to Glenn. Once again, he makes a cut back to the left, going to get to the 45-yard line. Maybe a little bit more than that. We'll call it a gain of 3 at least.
I love how he had just a little hole, and he just did it. That's a sign of a good running back. He could just lower his shoulder, get through the hole. He just squeezes through it like a mouse squeezing through a crack in your wall or something like that, trying to get through. For some reason, they can contort their bodies, and Uriah does the same thing. He got right off of that left tackle and just found a spot and squeezed right through it.
Glenn, 5'8", 185 pounds. Jensen again hands the ball off to Glenn. This time gets to the outside on that right side. Kind of stutter steps there. Is going to get some positive yardage. Take it from the 45 to about the 48, but there's a penalty marker right in the middle of the field. So we'll hear from Brad Tucker once again.
Number 58, 73. It's a 10-yard penalty.
That's kind of tough for Ben Goldie to do, to chop block, for him to get low enough to actually chop somebody. But either way, that's the penalty.
That's 6'8",
right,
Ben. But that, unfortunately, will be a 10-yard penalty. That will back the Raiders back to the 32-yard line, their own 32. Now facing 2nd and 20.
So looking up the rule for chop block, you literally have to, the only time you can cut somebody is from a lineman down in their stance and on the initial hit.
They'll give the ball to Scott. Scott loses the football. It's on the ground, picked up by Sioux Falls, Washington, and they'll get tackled inside the 15-yard line. The 5th turnover in this ball game for Rapid City Stevens.
I'm not sure it was the greatest of exchanges, but as soon as he got the ball, he had a Warrior all over him and is able to kind of strip the ball. Probably didn't even have a chance to even collect it. You got the ball in front of you, and if you don't, gobble it in next to your body, you got the ball out in the front and you're trying to corral it in. You get an arm knocked down and the ball hits the ground. 5 turnovers now by the Raiders. And, of course, now you're deep into the territory. I think, see the officials huddling. I don't know if they got something they're going to talk about here for a second. But now the Warriors have the ball deep into Raider territory.
Again, the officials still grouped or huddled together there.
Are they going to call it an incomplete pass? It looked like a handoff, but they're going to keep it.
So it will be Washington football. Again, due to the mercy rule, the clock will continue to run now here in this second half because Washington is leading by more than 35 points. There's the snap. We've got a new quarterback in there as well. We'll try to see who that is.
Yeah, he just didn't get his hands on it. That is our new quarterback. We actually talked about him before we went on the air. Shema Zamaya Jackson is going to get in and get some time. We knew there was a possibility of him getting in the game.
Number 8, Jackson. Trying to help me again now.
Shema Zamaya.
Shema Zamaya.
Shema Zamaya Jackson.
Shema Zamaya Jackson. 5'10", 160 pounds. Again, they'll go trips left. One receiver to the right. Jackson goes from the gun. Now he has a man go in motion from left to right. He drops back. He's going to be hit as he throws the ball for the corner of the end zone. It is incomplete. And there's the couple of penalty markers there. Pass interference against Rapid City Stevens in the corner of the end zone.
And I don't think that ball was catchable. It was so high, and the receiver went up for it, and obviously he was tackled. That's an easy call for the tackle, but the defense, I could see the Raider sideline arguing, you know what, that ball was not even catchable. He threw that up in the air, and it was still well over the receiver's head.
So another big penalty that will place the football inside the 10-yard line down to the 8. Now looking at 1st and goal coming up. Jackson again from the gun. Takes the snap, hands the ball off. It was one of the Tanaya brothers.
Right. Yeah,
Couldn't
you can easily say Tanaya and then come up later.
Number 4 or number 5. I believe that was Elijah. And he looks like he's got 3 touchdowns, but he looks like he's dinged up a little bit tonight. Or was that? No, that was Blessing.
That was Blessing because Elijah just came running onto the field, and Blessing looks a little dinged up.
He does. So Elijah is out there now. Shimazamaya Jackson in at quarterback. Has a man in motion once again. Jackson takes the snap, a high snap, hands the ball off. This one will go to
Blessing.
To Elijah
Sorry,
tonight.
my bad. I led you wrong.
One's 4, one's 5. Elijah is number 4. He's going to get down to the 10-yard line. So we're looking at 4th and goal coming up now, or actually 4th and 8 from the 10-yard line. They need to get to the 2 for a first down.
And I think Chris Peterson is going to come in and kick another field goal.
Again, he's missed 1 tonight.
It was an extra point.
No, it was a field goal.
Was it a field goal?
It was a field goal.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Oh, you're right, because it was actually right about where it is right now.
Mm-hmm. So here's Peterson with that field goal attempt, and it hits the upright. It's that left upright.
Well, he made the adjustment, just not enough of an adjustment.
We saw the stats earlier, on kicking for Peterson. He came into this ball game 5 of 6 from field goals. Now he's missed 2 in this ball game, so now 5 of 8 on the season for Peterson. And that one would have been, about a 20...
No, about a 30-yarder.
About a 30-yarder, yep. So he misses a 30-yarder. He made one from earlier this year from 30 yards. So it will be Raider football now.
And the give is to Glenn. He runs around the outside, hard running. He broke about 2 tackles just trying to get to the outside. The Warriors were able to kind of string it out and push him out of bounds, so I don't know that he got anything. He might even have lost a yard or 2. But I tell you what, it was some hard-fought -2 yards.
So now 2nd and 12 coming up from the 18-yard line.
We see other second-string defenders coming in.
There's Scott, goes in motion. Handoff Jensen to Glenn. Glenn finds a hole. He will get back to about the 21-yard line. That's going to be a gain of 3. We're now looking at 3rd and 9 coming up for Rapid City Stevens. Again, on their own 21-yard line with 2:45 remaining in the 3rd. And it's 42-0 on the State Farm scoreboard as Sioux Falls, Washington leads Rapid City Stevens.
Boy, if Coach Scott was trying to motivate his crew in the locker room, that turnover, probably just any air that he pumped into the tire of the Raiders went out right away.
Jensen from the gun, looks to his left. Out route there. He's going to have a receiver, and it's out of the hands or dropped there by number 14, Alex Trokamoinen. Again, it looked very catchable, but Trokamoinen just could not bring it in on that out route.
I tell you, and is it that it's cold? He's got gloves on. Is it just the focus tonight? Boy, that's something that the locker room is going to have to really sort out. Just the Raider offense just absolutely did not show up tonight at all.
It's definitely been a struggle for the Raiders tonight. We're down to 1:43. Again, the clock will continue to run due to the mercy rule. So a punt coming up for the Raiders. This one is a short. It's a high punt, but short. It's going to bounce at the 40-yard line, and it'll be down at the 42-yard line of the Raiders.
Well, it was a two-hopper. It literally was such a low snap. It did 2 hops right into his hands, and he's able to get it away. But there were 4 Warriors right in front of him. So the special teams have not been effective tonight. the offense has not been effective tonight, and really and that's just bled over to, unfortunately, the defense is going to look like another atrocious defensive performance, but that's really not the case if you watch the game and read into what's going on.
45 seconds remaining. Here comes Shemaniza. Or did I say
Shemaziah.
Shemaziah Jackson.
No, I got that wrong. Either way, it was a poor exchange for him. Ball hits him in the hands. Shemazamaya, thank you. Had to collect it out of his hands, and it just tries to make a play. So just the shotgun exchange is a struggle at the moment for Washington.
It's been some very high snaps to Jackson.
Well, there was a high one, but he's had two of them hit him in the hands that, it hits him like a lineman. That's how they decide whether you're going to be a tight end or a lineman. They throw you a pass. If you drop it, you're a lineman. If you catch it, you're a tight end. Sometimes that's how they measure that.
So the clock winds down. That's the end of the third quarter here at Dunham Field at O'Hara Stadium. After 3 on the State Farm scoreboard, insured by agents Scott Carlson and Matt McCormick. It remains Sioux Falls, Washington, 42, Rapid City, Stevens, nothing. We'll be back in 1 minute right here on 106.7 FM, 1150 AM. Fox Sports Rapid City, foxsportsrapidcity.com, and GoRaidersLive.com.
Tired of showering? Well, have we got a solution for you?
We interrupt this commercial with good news from your good neighbor. State Farm has new lower car insurance rates, which means you can save more cash and get the service and convenience of a local State Farm agent. That's right, State Farm now has new lower auto rates with their same good neighbor service. It's the real deal for car insurance, folks. And now this.
For lower auto rates in Rapid City, call State Farm agent Scott Carlson.
It's Honda's Certified Dream Deal sales event. Up to an additional 2 years, 50,000 miles comprehensive warranty, plus certified Hondas come with 7-year, 100,000-mile powertrain coverage, free oil changes your first year, and 24/7 roadside assistance. Plus, at Denny Manholtz Rushmore Honda, we buy cars. Vehicles are in high demand, and due to limited inventory, your vehicle has never been worth more. Stop by Denny Manholtz Rushmore Honda and either sell or trade today. Located off I-90 on East Small Drive in Rapid City.
And welcome back to the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail Broadcast Booth, Sales, Service, and Side-by-Sides. Jerome Wintersham and Dean Gurr with you on this Friday night. We just start the fourth quarter. We had a penalty marker on that first play for Sioux Falls, Washington, or actually it went against the Raiders. They moved the ball to the Raider 35-yard line. We're looking at 2nd and 3 coming up. Again, the Warriors lead 42-0. Jackson from the gun takes the snap. Fakes the handoff. Jackson cuts back to his right. He's able to get close to the first down. It appears he's going to have enough for a first down as he gets just inside the 32-yard line. And that will move the chains, so that'll be first and 10 coming up for the Warriors. Again, they are looking to go to 500. They would be even at 4-4 this season. For the Raiders, they will be dropping to 2-6 on the season with just 1 game remaining next week, taking on their arch rival, the Rapid City Central Cobblers. Jackson again from the gun. There's the handoff. New running back, that's number 21, Jeremiah Omen, a 5'7", 150-pound sophomore. So that was a gain of about 4 yards from the 27-yard line. So we're looking at 2nd and 6 coming up. Again for the Warriors, going from right to left. Jackson again from the gun, hands the ball off to Omen, and Omen is going to be stopped after actually it looks like he's going to lose a yard from the 27 back to the 28. So that's a loss of 1. We're looking at 3rd and 7 now. Again, we'll have a post-game show coming up at the conclusion of our broadcast tonight. Plus, we'll pick our player of the game. Again, that's coming up in just about 10 minutes right here on Fox Sports Rapid City.
Just trying to go through some games here. It looks like Rapid City Christian leads 34-0 going into the halftime of that game. So get a mercy rule coming up there.
Jackson steps back, now rolls out of the pocket, throws the right side, has a receiver. He makes the catch. He's at the 10, cuts back to the middle of the field. He's at the 5, and he's going to be tackled at about the 3-yard line. A nice catch and run there that time by that receiver for Sioux Falls, Washington. Again, a lot of new players, new faces in there now.
Yeah, he was wide open in the corner over there, and I think the defensive back kind of got lost in translation as to, what do I do when it looks like the play is going to the left, yet my receiver's over on the right side.
So Shema Zamaya Jackson again at quarterback. Takes the snap, hands it off to Oman, and he's going to be hit in the backfield and tackled at the 10-yard line.
Yeah, Luke Jager is finally making a show tonight. With what's going on tonight, it's good sometimes you just get the blitz that time and just get a big-time play.
He came flying in there, and as soon as Oman touched the ball, he was hitting the turf. So that's going to be a loss of about 6 yards. Actually, about 5 yards. They spot the ball at about the 8. We're still looking at 2nd and goal. Jackson again will go from the gun, 2 receivers to each side. Oman lined up to his left, fakes the handoff, rolls out to his left. He's at the 10, escapes one defender, and he's going to be tackled at the 2-yard line. Number 2 for the Raiders makes the Gavin Skinner makes the touchdown-saving tackle. Again, we're down to 7 minutes to go here in this 4th quarter, and the score remains 42-0 on the State Farm scoreboard. Sioux Falls, Washington leading Rapid City. Stevens, they took command of this ball game early and never looked back. Here come the Warriors back to the line of scrimmage now. Jackson will go from the gun once again.
And I think the ball's on the ground.
There's a huge pile out there. We'll see who comes away. The ball is still loose. You have players going after it. I think it's going to stay Warrior football, but you didn't know where it was at.
It looked like everyone was done, and then all of a sudden, looked like number 75 comes running out there for Sioux Falls, Washington, chasing the ball.
So Chris Peterson is going to come out for another field goal. He's missed both his field goal attempts tonight. This one, though, is closer than what he's had earlier.
Plus, it's on the other end of the field.
Yep, he's looking at a
and it's down the middle.
20-yard field goal right now. Again, 5:52 remaining, and the clock continues to run. There's the snap. There's the kick by Peterson. And this one is through the uprights with 5:44 to go in the 4th quarter. On the State Farm scoreboard, insured by agents Scott Carlson and Matt McCormick. It's Sioux Falls, Washington, 45, Rapid City Stevens, nothing. We're back in 30 seconds right here on 106.7 FM, 1150 AM, Fox Sports Rapid City and foxsportsrapidcity.com.
At Monument Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, we are here to help you make your comeback. Our team is standing by to diagnose and treat your injury with some of the most advanced treatment options available and same-day appointments. Monument Health practitioners work closely with our therapists and physicians in communities throughout the Black Hills with locations in Rapid City and Spearfish. Visit monument.health/orthopedics for more information. That's monument.health/orthopedics for more information.
We're back here at the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail broadcast booth here at Dunham Field at O'Hara Stadium. 45-0 is your score on the State Farm scoreboard as Sioux Falls, Washington leads Rapid City Stevens. There's a squib kick. It'll be taken inside the 20 by Rapid City Stevens. Nice return out to about the 35-yard line. Players still moving, and finally it's blown dead. I think it'll stay Rapid City Stevens football, even though it came loose there right at the end of that return, but it was ruled forward progress was stopped, so it will be Raider football.
Yeah, with 5 minutes and counting going on the clock, we'll see what Coach Scott has in mind for the Raiders.
So we'll see. I think Crossweight, is he in at quarterback now? We'll see. And they hand the ball off to Glenn. It is Tate Crossweight. Number 3 is now in at quarterback.
And I'm somewhat actually surprised that Glenn is still in.
I think that's 26.
Yeah, it was 26. You were right, but the fact is, he's been literally the only bright spot for your whole entire football team tonight. And so to have him in, you're going to need him in the next couple of weeks.
He gets a gain of 2. We're looking at 2nd and 8 from the 38-yard line. Again, Crossweight hands it off to Glenn. He eludes one defender, tries to spin out of a tackle, but he's going to be stopped after a gain of 1 to the 39-yard line. So now 3rd and 7 coming up for Rapid City Stevens with just 4 minutes to go in this contest. Like I said, we'll have our post-game show to wrap things up coming up very shortly, plus we'll have our player of the game. Then Matt Kearney will have Score Central, where he will update us on scores. And then we will be back with our second game tonight, Sturgis Brown Scoopers, basically hosting the St. Thomas More Cavaliers. There's a screen pass out to the right side. It's going to be caught by number 85.
That's Bryce Swanson. He's been the guy that's been corralling all those kickoffs, or kick returns, rather. And they get it right to him. He just grabs it and falls on the ground. Obviously, he's taught to do that as a special teams tactic, but now he gets an opportunity to catch a ball.
That moves the football to just shy of the 41-yard line. We're looking at 4th and 5. They need to get to the 46 for a first down. Again, on their own 41-yard line. Crossweight goes from the gun, 2 receivers to each side. Takes the snap. It's a low snap. He picks it off the ground. He's going to throw it down the right sideline, and it is incomplete. Intended for number 92. I don't even see a 92.
No, that's 82.
Or 82, I'm sorry.
Yep.
So, Madinko Forbes, a 6'3", 160-pound sophomore.
That's what you got on that, yeah. The ball was definitely underthrown. He saw that. He had to come back for it. And he got his hands on it, though. He was just unable to haul the ball in.
So incomplete, or turnover on downs, rather. So here comes the Warriors offense. We're down to the final 2 minutes and 10 seconds. Jackson still in at quarterback. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Oman lined up to Jackson's left, and then a penalty against Rapid City Stevens. Offsides there. So that will move the football 5 yards. 1st and 5 now from the 36-yard line of the Raiders. There's the snap to Jackson. Handoff to Oman. He cuts back to his left. A couple of Raiders there to wrap him up, though. And he will get forward progress back to the line of scrimmage to make it 2nd and 5 now, with just a minute 20 to go here in this contest.
I don't see number 90 on my roster. Who do you have for number 90? He's lining up at the nose tackle for the Raiders. And
James Burrish.
And it looks like he's a pretty stout looking.
6'2", 224-pound senior.
He looks like he's bigger than 224, that's for sure. But no, he looks pretty solid up there.
Down to the final 60 seconds. Jackson has a man in motion. He'll go from the gun. Has 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Oman lined up to his right. Again, Jackson with that long snap count. Claps his hands, takes the football. Hands it off. Oman tries to get through the line. He's going to be stopped after a gain of 1 inside the 35-yard line. Now we're looking at 3rd and 4 But at this point, it does not really matter because, actually, the Warriors will have to run one more play. So they will do just that. Again, Jackson from the gun takes the snap, hands it off to Omen. Omen to that left side of the line. You got a host of Raiders that will bring him to the turf, and that is going to be your ball game. On the State Farm scoreboard, insured by agents Scott Carlson and Matt McCormick, the final score, Sioux Falls, Washington 45, Rapid City Stevens nothing. We're back in 2 minutes with our post-game show brought to you by Pioneer Bank and Trust. Again, we'll be back in 2 minutes right here on 106.7 FM, 1150 AM, Fox Sports Rapid City and foxsportsrapidcity.com.